Think of a recent conflict in your life. How do you think it might have turned out differently if you had exhibit humility? In practical ways, what does it look like to surrender yourself to God? And last, God opposes the proud and gives grace to the humble. What does that tell you about His character? Ito po yung mga tatlong katanungan na ating pong ginawang pambunga para sa ating pong topic sa araw na ito. Yan po ay Lunes. At ang ating pong paksa ay may pamagat na Stop Quarrels with Humility and Grace. James 4:6-7. God is against the proud, but he gives his grace to the humble. So give yourselves completely to God. Because of COVID-19 quarantine, many families have the opportunity to spend more time together, but that also means there is an increased chance that they will get on each other's nerves. Let's be honest, even when we love someone dearly, constant close proximity can lead to friction, and it is often because of pride. For instance, have you ever been so prideful that you could not compromise on something, even though you knew you should? Have you ever been in an argument with your spouse or a good friend where you knew you were wrong but just could not admit it? Of course, you have. We all have. We are full of pride, and that's why we all have conflict in our lives. God is against the proud, but He gives His grace to the humble. So give yourselves completely to God. James 4:6-7. God declares war on pride, ego, arrogance, and selfishness. Anytime pride rears its head in your life, you're on the opposite side of God, and your arms are too short to box with Him. God doesn't look at pride and just say, "Oh, that's a little petty." He openly opposes people who are prideful. God declares war on ego. You may have already noticed this, but God has a unique way of engineering circumstances that deflate your ego. It's dangerous to be in opposition to God. When you are on a collision course with the creator of the universe, you are going to lose. If pride causes quarrels, then that means the opposite is true too. Humility can stop quarrels. The cure for quarrels is humility. Every time you are humble, you will get along better with your wife, your kids, your friends, your employees, your fellow church members, and your neighbors. James 4 says, God gives grace to the humble. Grace is the power to change. If you want to stop the fighting in your life, then you need grace. And there's only way to get grace. Be humble. God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. Humble yourself and then give yourself completely to God. Giving yourself completely to God means you've surrendered everything to Him, including your pride. Humble yourself so that you can experience freedom from quarreling and conflict.